recognize Representative Moskowitz from Florida for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I want to thank Chairman Lawler and Chairman Mast for bringing this hearing. You know, I have supported for months now giving the Iranians a period of time to end their nuclear program peacefully, or that the United States should end it for them. I've worked with Chairman Lawler on that in the last Congress, dealing with Iranian oil. And in this Congress, Senator Lindsey Graham and I filed a resolution to get a sense of Congress on just that issue. Iran is weaker now than they've been in a very long time, weaker in the region because of Israel's efforts against Hamas and Hezbollah, this administration's intervention on the Houthis. Now is the time. There's no question now is the time to try to bring this to a peaceful solution, right? And that's really up to the Iranians to choose what path they want to go. But I also have to recognize that we're in the 3rd month of the administration. And for 3 months now, the administration has treated Canada and Greenland and Europe and Ukraine and PBS and NPR and the Associated Press worse than they've talked and treated Iran. I mean, 3 months in, they've just noticed all of a sudden that perhaps we should turn our attention to Iran instead of these distractions of, oh, we're going to get Gaza, or Canada is going to be the 51st state, or, oh, Greenland. I mean, this is the opportunity, and it's an opportunity, quite frankly, for the administration that's been very partisan over the last 3 months to do something on a bipartisan basis. But I'm also deeply worried about the vice president. If we look at the text messages on Signal for Signalgate, the vice president seems to be against striking the Houthis. Well, if he's against striking the Houthis, then, I mean, where is he going to be on striking Iran if they don't choose a peaceful solution? Now, obviously, he's the vice president. The president makes the final decision. But if you look at that conversation, a deputy chief of staff had to weigh in from the White House, putting the vice president in his place, saying the president was clear on his direction. And so, let me ask a question. Based on what you've seen, we've all seen publicly in that Signal chat, this isolationist trend that's going on in some, circles of the Republican Party, Ms. Jugman, are you concerned that we may miss an opportunity to really curtail Iran's nuclear program? Because, again, if you look at what the vice president was saying with the Houthis, right, he clearly did not want to do the strike that the president had ordered.
Thank you for that question. I think it is important to look at the efforts that the administration has done over the last 3 months, which includes designations on Iran, its Ghost Fleet, and a refinery in China.
Yeah, but those are meaningless. The Biden administration, and I was critical of the Biden administration of these designations and non-enforcement of certain things. I mean, that was very critical when the Biden administration did not enforce the bill that Mike Lawler and I passed dealing with Iranian oil. And so, we can sign executive orders for maximum pressure, but really, this president is not shy. Right? He's not shy. He tells us how he feels at all times. Okay? And so, it just last week, all of a sudden we turned our attention to Iran, which I'm happy about. Better late than never. But there's something going on in this administration that you should all wake up to, that there is a wing led by the vice president that didn't want to strike the Houthis and probably doesn't want to curtail Iran's nuclear program. How are you going to deal with that?
I don't see that from Treasury right now. I do think that there are efforts being made, and I think, looking at the questions we've received, there's bipartisan consensus to go after Iran, and the vice president
and
alone
look, we have to be clear, right? Because Democrats have made this mistake. When you draw a red line and then you don't do it, we see problems. That's what happened in Syria under the Obama administration. So President Trump has drawn a red line. He has said either we're going to end it peacefully, which I hope we do. We all want that, or the United States is going to end it. That's been said now, and that's what we have to hold the president to. I yield back.